Hey everybody, Josie here. I am back with another recommendations video, and today's recommendation video is going to be called Judge a Book by its Cover. Now, I know we're all told not to ever do that, but I know I certainly do. When I go into bookstores and I'm browsing the shelves, as I do quite a lot, I see something because it has a beautiful cover and I pick it up to see whether or not I'd like to read it. So I have found myself on occasion buying books that maybe I wouldn't necessarily have picked up, but the covers were so gorgeous I kind of couldn't resist. So I've got a pile of books here that I bought not only for their covers, but whose covers are absolutely gorgeous and were one of the things that attracted me to them in the first place. So the first one I want to talk about is this one over here, and it's called A Blade So Black. Now, I think this is an absolutely gorgeous cover. This cover actually is the softback, and for once, the hardback I think has a worse cover than the softback, because quite often the hardback versions have nicer covers. This one I think is absolutely gorgeous. So if you look at that intricate work of the drawings and the colours and the entire design of this book is stunning. Now, luckily, the premise of this book is also incredible, and it is basically a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, which is one of my absolutely favourite kind of genres and tropes in books. I love Alice in Wonderland, I love Alice in Wonderland retellings, and this one is actually set in modern day Atlanta, and the protagonist is a lady of colour, which is a wonderful thing, a bit of diversity in the Alice universe, and I love it. But really, honestly, I first noticed this because of the gorgeous, gorgeous cover on this book. The next one I'm going to talk about is one that I've shown on my channel before. It's called The Wicked Cometh. Now, if you have a look at that, this cover, how gorgeous is that cover? It kind of matches my makeup. It's all purple. So this book is, I mean, the whole book is beautiful. It's got maps of Old England, and it's set in the 1800s, so it's, you know, it looks like it could be from that era. And this book was purely, I mean, I saw this in the window of Waterstones and I looked at it and I was like, I must have this, this is gorgeous. Even if the book isn't that great, the actual physical copy, the beautiful metallics, the kind of, you can just see that sort of dark vision of London in the background on the purple. It's absolutely beautiful. Luckily, the story is also amazing. It is a story of two women, and it is a lesbian love story, but also kind of a thriller, murder mystery whodunit. So it's a bit of a old school lesbian-y, Sherlock Holmes-y type of scenario, and it's really, really great. It's a great read, I recommend it. The next one, now, speaking of shiny, oh my god, this, look at it, just look at it. It is so shiny. It is the best book ever. This is Clean by Juno Dawson, and I mean, look at that. You can literally see yourself in this cover. It is absolutely stunning, and added bonus, as you can see there, this book, this particular copy, was actually signed by Juno Dawson, which makes it even more amazing. That's just a by the by, but this cover is just gorgeous. It is so simple. It is literally just this gorgeous kind of rose goldy metallic foil to it. But again, when I saw this just on the table, I was like, this book I have got to buy. Again, it has a great premise. It is basically a celebrity who ends up going to, well, not a celebrity actually, she's more of a kind of an it girl, rich girl, sort of think Paris Hilton-y vibes, and she ends up going to rehab before drug addiction, and it's about her time in rehab. It's really, really good book. It's kind of a, I suppose a bit gossip girly, a bit teen drama, but it actually is wonderful. Juno Dawson is a great writer, and I absolutely love this book. And I will never give this away because actually it matches again. Anyway, the cover is just too beautiful. It's just too stunning to have on a bookshelf to ever get rid of. I love this book. Speaking of shiny, glittery covers, the next one, again, I think I saw this in like a discounted bookstore, and it's this over here, Ink. I mean, seriously, look at that cover. You can see that up close. It is so freaking beautiful. And I mean, ink I love as well. I clearly have my own ink going on, so anything with the word ink in the title was an immediate kind of catcher of my eye. But truthfully, it was this gorgeous, shiny, beautiful, kind of textured cover that really caught my eye. And I haven't actually read this one yet, but it's been sitting on my bookshelf and it's beautiful. But the premise of this sounds really good as well. It is that your life story and all your secrets are etched onto your skin and written onto your skin in the ink that you carry. So that really appeals to me as an idea, but just as a physical book, it is very beautiful. You can tell I've got a thing for shiny covers. The next one, I didn't pick up because it was shiny. I picked this one up because of the women depicted on the front of it. So this book is The Animators, and again, I think I spoke about this in one of my very first videos. I love this book. This was such an unexpected treat. It is about two women who are animators, cartoonists. They make animated films, and it tracks their lives really from college through to well, I won't give away the ending, but it tracks their lives through many years. And what really drew me to this cover is this over here, this lady. You very rarely see a androgynous, kind of slightly more masculine identified women on the cover of books. And I love that this character, Mel, was depicted as she's actually written in the story, as a lesbian, as a androgynous, slightly more masculine identifying lesbian. I love that. And this cover, I love the orange on the cover as well. It's really effective with almost this silhouetted style of the characters. But it was really this depiction of one of the protagonists that made me pick this up and want to read it. The next one, I love this. I don't know, I don't even know why. I just adore this cover. So it's not shiny, it's not glittery, but first of all, I love purple, so purpley blue cover. But this picture on the front, it kind of reminds me of just sort of an action shot taken in the middle of a club, or I don't know, it feels almost like just a snapshot that was taken and put on the cover. And again, it's so nice to see women of colour on covers, that I kind of had to pick this up and see what it was all about. When I read the synopsis, and this is on my TBR for next month, I just died. This is a lesbian Sherlock Holmes retelling. So both Holmes and Watson are women. There are women of colour, and there are gay women. And it's kind of more set in the modern time. Actually, I think it's a bit post-apocalyptic, but just that premise alone, kind of a retelling of Sherlock Holmes with kick-ass black lesbian women, is kind of, it's heaven. But also the cover is beautiful, and it made me pick up the book and actually find out that I have to read it. The next one is this cover. I just thought, and I don't know if this will pick it up, but this cover, it's actually texturized. So where you see these kind of spots of water that kind of glisten, you can actually feel them when you run your fingers over them. And this, just the colours are absolutely beautiful on this particular book. And it's all these beautiful strangers, and beautiful is exactly the right word for this book. What I hadn't realised for a very long time, this book was sitting on my shelf, kept looking at it, very, very pretty. I turned it to the side one day. How cool is that? I know. So that kind of made the cover even cooler. I love that. That's a really, really, really nice touch. And this is to do with a secret society, secrets in the family, secrets and lies, you know, no one is who they really seem. And that down the side is just perfect. So this is kind of giving me a little bit, that teenage, I know what you did last summer type of vibe. But just the cover alone made me pick it up. These beautiful kind of pastel rainbow colours. It is gorgeous, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. The next one is a new book that I just recently got, probably a couple of weeks ago, and it's this one over here, Saw Kill Girls. Now, again, this cover I think is absolutely stunning, and I saw the artwork for this, and I hadn't even read the premise, and I was like, I've got to order this book, I've got to get it. And I just think it's absolutely beautiful. The artwork is stunning. The premise of this book sounds amazing as well. So These girls, there's a group of girls who are basically hunters and killers and mercenaries, and they are seeking revenge for women having been hunted in this world for a very long time. And it sounds like this group of girls get together and sort of become the hunter, which is an obviously amazing premise, I think, but also just gorgeous. Look at that. I couldn't resist. I saw that cover and I was like, I have to buy that, regardless of what the book's about. The next cover, again, I saw this one walking past Waterstones, and I saw it in the window. It kind of called to me. It's this one over here, The Water Cure. This is a Man Booker Prize nominated book. You can see the back there. I just think this is so stunning. But just this cover is so simple, so effective. And what the premise of this book is that young women, it's kind of, I suppose, a bit of a dystopian novel, and the premise is that women are not really in control of their bodies, they are vulnerable, and the mothers in this book are trying to keep their daughters safe, and their bodies must be controlled in order to keep themselves safe. Now, I think that it is a very interesting premise. It's very in keeping with the Me Too movement at the moment. It's something that I'm incredibly interested in, to see where this goes, how the story develops, and how, what take Sophie takes on this, the author Sophie takes on this particular subject. So it is just a beautiful cover. I actually think the title is beautiful as well, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I think it may trigger some things, but I also think I'm hoping it will be beautiful, and it'll be an interesting take on the genre. But I did initially kind of go in and pick this book up because of this quite extraordinary cover. And then the last one is actually one that I found in a charity shop. God, I love a good charity shop rummage. And it's this one here, Slade House by David Mitchell. This cover is beautiful. Now, you can pick out the red just on the splodges there. I mean, geez, how pretty is that? I just think this is one of the most beautiful covers. And David Mitchell is the author of Cloud Atlas, Bone Clocks, which I actually have, which I haven't read yet, and then Slade House. And this is a bit of a kind of a haunted house premise. The synopsis they're saying is you enter Slade House, but you can never leave, which I kind of like. It reminds me of one of my all-time favourite songs, Hotel California. So I'm hoping it has sort of those vibes about it. And, I saw this cover and I just thought, this is extraordinarily beautiful. But there's something that's a bit hidden. So you take the dust jacket off, which is very, very pretty. And then underneath this book is gorgeous. So I normally dust covers, the books underneath aren't that exciting. But this one, I just think without the dust cover, look at that. Is that picking it up? I just think it's so gorgeous. And then you have that on the back as well. That kind of clock embossed on the back. So I just think this is stunning. Like, without the dust cover, with the dust cover, this is an extraordinarily beautiful book, and I am really looking forward to getting my hands on this and reading it and finding out if it's as beautiful on the inside as it is on the outside. So that's it. That is my recommendations based on beautiful book covers that I have picked up and decided that because they're pretty, I must read them, and then realise that they sound really good as well. So sometimes it's good to judge a book by its cover. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.